Hey everybody, this is Leaders Welcoming New Leaders. My name is Richard Worthington, and today we have a fabulous individual to introduce you to. We have Jason Golly. Welcome, Jason. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great.
Awesome to have you. Jason is a 16-year veteran in the network marketing industry, but not just in the industry. He's been on all levels, all sides. Tell us about that. Tell us how you got started in the industry.
I love it when people ask me that question because it lets me reminisce about some of the favorite times in my whole life. I mean, imagine this. You're 21 years old, right? You'd served in ecclesiastical mission. Some people will resonate with that, or that'll resonate with. And I had, after that, learned Russian, was studying now Russian, and I get a call from a guy whom I didn't know, and he says, "Hey, I understand you speak Russian. I understand you're studying Russian. How would you like to take my company to Russia?" And I said, "That's a great idea, but I better chat with my wife about this. If that's okay, can I tell you no for like 12 minutes? Let me call." And he said, "Yeah, go ahead, do whatever you got to do." And I talked to my wife about it, and she said, "Well, yeah, I believe in you, sweetheart. Whatever you want to do, just go do." And so I called him back up, and I said, "Yeah, I'm in. I'm ready to take your company to Russia. I just need to know what company it is. What business are you in? What industry are you in?" And that was my baptism by fire, so to speak, in network marketing. So only weeks later, I'm shipped off to Russia, right, with my poor little wife in tow, wondering what's gonna happen. And we were able to open this awesome affiliate of this network marketing company. And my story took me from there to Israel to do the same thing, and then to Turkey, and then back to the corporate offices to help the company open more affiliates all over the world. And all through that process, each step, each day, each month, each year was about learning more about what this industry stands for. And I absorbed it all. And it was a fantastic experience. And then one day I get a phone call from a headhunter. And this headhunter calls me from Singapore, and I'm thinking it's some kind of a hoax. And they said, "Listen, we're looking for somebody to become our master distributor and also our COO because we want to align the two initiatives. We've heard that in network marketing, it's really hard to get the field lined up with the company." Right? You've heard that. I mean,
I've heard that.
if you've ever been in network marketing, you know what I'm talking about, right? So this guy at least understood, the owner understood when he called the headhunter what he wanted to find. Well, for some reason, they called me. Once again, I went to my wife and said, "What do you think?" She said, "I believe in you, sweetheart. Do it." And so I called back and I said, "I'll take it. Tell me about your company." And it was like deja vu all over again. Except this time, I got to build my own team. I wasn't just running the company. I got to build my own downline. And as much as I had learned over the 14 years up until then, or however many years it was, I'm losing track, sorry, I'm getting a little bit older. But in all those years, plus 10, I had learned that this decade plus years of experience running network marketing companies will make me incredibly valuable, I hope, in building my own team. Because I've learned what it takes to keep the field running and keep the company running, I thought, and now I get to prove the concepts that I have been teaching for the last decade plus. And so in building this team, it was just amazing, and I loved every minute of it. And so, here I am standing in front of you today, 16 years after that very first fateful phone call from the guy who wanted me to go over to Eastern Europe. And I get to look into your eyes, I get to look into the eyes of the good people on this video watching this now, tell my story. I get to tell my story and say, this story's just begun. Because I had a conversation a couple of days ago, very similar to the two I kind of alluded to a moment ago. I had somebody call me and say, "Hey, I've got this awesome opportunity. There's this and this and this and this and this and this, and I'd love to talk about the this and this and this if you'll let me. I know I'm going over time." So we got this and this and this going. You need to hear about it. And I said, "That is awesome. I'm going to call my wife."
Yes.
And so I checked with my wife, and she said, "Honey, I believe in you. Do it. It's awesome. You'll do it." And I'm standing here in front of you saying, now I'm starting a brand new chapter. A brand new chapter. And I firmly believe that what we have, what you shared with me, what others have shared with me, is absolutely true. Because I've not only been able to see it, but I've been able to experience it and live it. And even though I'm just starting, man, watch out, world, watch out.
Awesome. Jason, well, I know you and we have the same passion for Central Eastern Europe, Russia, spending a lot of time over there myself. Looking at this, people are going to ask, you've been in all these companies, you've been on the corporate side, you know the deal, why Nu Skin? And why now? Right? That deal's done. That people always say that. That ship sailed. Why are you here? Why now?
Okay, yeah, the ship did sail. Okay, but it didn't sink. How many ships have sailed and already sunk? Right? How many people are watching this having already gone through one deal, right? It's called a deal because it was like a gamble, right? I mean, if you're at the table, what does the guy do who gives you the cards? He deals your cards. It was a deal, right? Well, this company did sail, but it hasn't sunk. And you'll hear a lot of metaphors about that. But when you ask me why Nu Skin, I want everybody on this video who's watching this to know why not Nu Skin. Think about it. How many times have you been pitched on a ground floor opportunity? Get in while it's hot. Okay, get in while it's hot, ground floor. Well, what's a ground floor opportunity? Well, most people think a ground floor opportunity means a bunch of people got together who found money, who have some kind of a product idea, right? Somebody went to a country that people don't go to. They found a fruit that nobody can pronounce. They made a juice that nobody can palate, right? That cures things that people don't have, right? And that's the next hot deal. And it's a ground floor opportunity because we just thought of it. And it just started, so come on, it's a ground floor opportunity. But the very term ground floor opportunity presupposes a couple of things. First of all, it presupposes that there's a foundation. In order to have a ground floor, there has to be a foundation. Right? There have to be other levels in the building. And the ground floor means you've got just somewhere to start from, and now you can grow and experience all the rest of the building. I've never seen another startup company, and I want to differentiate this. I've never seen a startup company with a foundation, with the building already standing. So you ask me why Nu Skin? Nu Skin because it is the only ground floor opportunity. Some of you might be saying, that's semantic variation. I mean, what are you talking about? Just 26 years old. Maybe, but it took that long to build the foundation upon which you and I and we and all of us will build the next multi-million-dollar organizations, multiples. They're going to happen. But you need the foundation. You've got to have the science. You've got to have real science. Right? I told you what most companies do before. I was interviewed. I'm going over. I'm sorry. But I love passion.
We love your passion. Let's share it. I love this. Keep it. We want to hear it. I was interviewed by the owners of the two network marketing magazines in Europe. And they came to me. And we were talking about what's happening in the industry and what the trends are. And they were in the U.S. doing a tour. And I asked them, so what do you see is basically the trend? What do people engage your services for? And they said, well, usually what happens is somebody comes to us with an idea. They found a private label product, or they found a fruit, or they found something. Then they come to us and they want us to make a story. And so what we do then is we put our researchers on it. We find out if Cleopatra ever drank it, or if Napoleon ever captured it, or if Alexander ever tripped over it, or whatever. We create some sensational story about it. We find some, and they just build this story. They back end it, right? And this is coming from the authority. I mean, they do this for a living. They interview companies. They create stories for network marketing companies, and they're here telling me most of it's hogwash. So coming back to the point I made, in order to have a real foundation, you've got to have real science. This company has real science. Never seen this kind of science. 100 scientists, many of whom are doctors, PhD level. Jeez, real science. Compensation that's unequaled. This company pays more than any other company. I didn't believe that. I built a career on hating this company. I did. And as I was peeling back the layers, saying, if I'm going to go through the rest of my life hating this company, I got to at least know what I'm hating, right? And as I'm peeling it back and I'm learning about the science, and learning about the comp plan, and learning about the people who founded it, and learning about the people who are building it, and learning about the opportunity that's presented right now, I was left with one decision: to join. How can you discover this and not take advantage of it? Real science, real compensation, a real company, proven track record. Jump on YouTube, watch the videos of the founders being interviewed by Bloomberg, by Fox News, by all the authorities, MSN.
What are they saying? This is the industry darling. This company has only just begun. Ground floor opportunity. It's $1.5 billion today, but every analyst is projecting this company to become a $5 billion company. What does that mean for us? That means $3.5 billion in growth. So how much of that are you going to take home? I know how much of it I want to take home. And what's the message? What's the message? It's location, location, location. Wherever you are, you're probably not between 1.5 billion and 5 billion. Get located between 1.5 billion and 5 billion on this team so that you can start changing lives. Right? We help others help themselves to help others. It's this whole circular process. We deserve more than we have. Most of you deserve more than you have. This is where we get it. Why Nu Skin? Because I believe everything I just told you. It's right here. I can't wait to share it with the whole world. This is real. You've got to know this is real. Just sign the application and come with us. I'm sorry.
We can tell you're so excited, man. That energy is contagious. We love it. Last question.
Okay.
We're all dying to know. There's tons of stuff you were excited about. Science you mentioned. You know, we had a chance to spend some time with some of the top PhDs with Nu Skin privately. What an incredible opportunity that was. But if you could just point out one thing. What was that one thing that you just are blown away with? What would it be? Tell them out there. What is it?
Integrity. It really is integrity. Because I want to know, and most networkers want to know, that the people who are in the glass tower, right, the people who are at corporate headquarters are making decisions based on what's good for you and what's good for me. Okay? I haven't seen that before. All right? Most companies have to make decisions based on what's going to keep them open, what's good for them. Okay, that's corporate America. I get that. But this company's different. And I learned from the owners and the executives of this company that the decisions that they are making in the boardrooms when nobody's watching are what's going to help you and me and everybody else who joins Nu Skin to take part in that $3.5 billion of new growth. That's real integrity. I don't have to wonder if they're coming up with some cockamamie idea, or if somebody's selling me down the river, or if they're going to change something out from underneath me, or if they've got some plan to liquidate the company because it's going to make them all rich and who cares about any of us. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. This company's going to be here for me and my children and my grandchildren and beyond.
Fantastic. Everybody, Jason Golly, Richard Worthington, this is Leaders Welcoming New Leaders. You've seen exactly why Nu Skin is growing. Have a fantastic day. We look forward to seeing you here soon. See you, everybody.
Bye-bye now.